Death Star plans. You work for the Empire, don't you?
Yeah. Gonna kill you now.
Cool. Well, before you do, should we review this movie?
Okay.
So, we've seen Star Wars Rogue One.
We have. It's been, a year since our last new Star Wars movie?
Yep.
It's been a long 12 months to have to wait for another installment of the Star Wars series.
I think one every year, though, is pretty good. I'm happy with that. But anyway, we've seen Rogue One.
Yes, we've
What
seen
are
Rogue One.
our first impressions of Rogue One?
My first impression is, damn, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a very, very good movie. It's a solid, decent, bloody movie.
Absolutely. It's definitely a solid entry in the Star Wars canon. It may not have been a core saga movie, but it was well worth it in terms of it fleshes out that bit extra that we hadn't seen.
Going into this movie, I'd heard a lot of the reviews. I hadn't read too much about it, but I'd heard a very positive thing, so my expectations were quite high. To be honest, first 20 or 30 minutes of this movie, I was sort of a bit on the fence. I was a little bit unsure. I wasn't being wowed. I was impressed with the visuals. I mean, we all know the visuals in this movie are absolutely outstanding. This movie is probably the best looking Star Wars movie that exists. You know, it is beautiful. The details in there are crazy. There's no denying that. But in terms of the story and the characters, I was a little bit unsure. It was a little bit of a slow burn to begin with. But it just kind of kept on stepping up as it went. And as it kept on going, I started realizing, man, this is really, really good. And I was really, really enjoying it and getting into it. And by the end, I mean, wow.
A lot of the stuff was so much fun. Seeing Red Leader and Gold Leader in the battle, that was like, did not expect it. And
No.
I was like, oh my god, it's
I know,
Red Leader
and
Gold
using
Leader.
the original footage there and
And it
cutting
made
it in.
complete sense.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is the sort of fan service which got me so excited in the film, in terms of that is smart, it makes sense, it works, and it's not on the nose. You know, that's the sort of fan service that I really enjoyed.
Well, it was enjoyable to see characters that were there
Yeah.
in the original, and one of the main ones that I have to get to straight away, fan service extreme, was Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yep.
I mean, I loved it. I mean, CGI, I know, but oh my god, like seriously, seeing him again
it's the sort of thing.
in high definition
Yeah.
and a new role with new lines. And it was him. I
Yeah.
mean, it was beautifully done.
And the same again with Princess Leia at the very end of the film, in terms of they're working very, very hard on getting quite that sort of digital mask technology, reconstructing an actor that we all know intimately from having watched them dozens and dozens and dozens of times. They're still not quite there.
No, they're not, but they are damn good.
He means well. We've got to look at Jyn Erso, the main character, Felicity Jones. I was really impressed with what she was doing. I felt she was a little bit let down by the script a couple of times.
Yeah.
When she had her big speechifying moments, it just felt like we didn't give her the final draft of the speech that was really supposed to inspire everyone.
Yeah, if I can be honest, she felt a little bit wooden, and her character kind of flat. Like, same character at the beginning, same character at the end. Maybe she learned to become friends with the group a little bit, but there was no major arc to her character.
Not a huge amount.
Not a lot of dialogue, and when there was dialogue, it felt a little wooden.
Let's just get this over with, shall we?
Cassian Andor, an interesting character, and the conceit that they sort of gave him in terms of he's an intelligence operative.
Yeah.
And he's got a different assignment to what Jyn has.
Yeah, I like
and,
that.
You know, that's some great stuff to be able to play with, but I don't think the film, and this is not necessarily his performance,
No.
but I think the film itself didn't really necessarily give that the sort of attention that it could have had to really sort of build up that he's not just a guy wearing a Han Solo type outfit.
One of the most interesting and funny characters, surprisingly, was K2SO.
Well, I wasn't that surprised that he was going to have some of the best lines, because A, you've got Alan Tudyk doing it, who is just God. Oh, we worship at your feet, Alan. He's a reprogrammed Imperial droid, so you've got great potential for nihilistic comedy in there.
Would you like to know the probability of her using it against you? It's high.
We've then got to go on to the other two great scene stealers, which was Chirrut Unwi
Yep.
and Baze Malbus.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
You know, Chirrut is a former guardian of the Jedi Temple, and he's very much in tune
Kind of
with
a warrior
the Force.
monk in a way. Yeah.
but he was so funny. And Baze was this great counterpoint to him.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are the R2 and 3PO for this film. And, you know, with guns and sticks and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I love them to pieces.
This is our chance to make a real difference.
We should mention Ben Mendelsohn as director Orson Krennic,
Yeah.
our major Galactic Empire villain. I thought he put a really good job in as creating a new Imperial villain. You could understand some of the layers to that character without it getting too much in terms of humanizing the bad guy. You know, he had this really interesting relationship with Galen Erso, played by the fantastic Mads Mikkelsen, and you can tell that there's more backstory there that we don't know in the film. And just even those two guys together, any sort of scene that they're in, really interesting.
Yeah, a man with drive, a man
Yeah.
with intelligence, a man on his own mission, and not afraid to take on Tarkin, and even slightly confront Vader. Darth Vader.
Well, we've got to talk about Vader.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't in it much, but boy, when he was, you paid attention, and that has done so much to make Vader even scarier than what he was before. There was
right,
talk
actually.
of, you know, his appearance in this movie, you know, sort of rehabilitating his image after the prequels, because the only time we saw him in the prequels was at the very end. Pretty much the only sort of fan service bit which I thought was perhaps a little bit over the edge was at the very end, where, you know, we see the Tantive 4 escaping right from Darth Vader's clutches right there, like about yay far away from it. It's like, that's a little bit on the nose.
But that bit at the end with Darth Vader.
The bit with Darth Vader was fantastic.
Oh, that was
Loved that.
crazy good, yeah. So we liked it.
We did. It's not a perfect film.
No.
There are things which could have been done to make it better. It's not bad by any manner of means.
You don't need a perfect film. Everyone's looking for a perfect film these days, and sometimes the best movies aren't always perfect, are they? They just have something in them, they have a spark of magic to them.
I mean, this is the prequel that we'd hoped the prequels were going to be. It got the tone right. It gave, you know, a reasonable amount of fan service without being too distracting.
Yeah.
And it added to the mythology.
All is as the Force wills it.
So those are our thoughts on Star Wars Rogue One.
Yep.
Pretty neat movie.
Very neat movie. If you are a Star Wars fan, you will love the hell out of it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, sorry if we spoiled anything for you, but...
Screw it.
Anyway, we're out of here for now. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you loved the movie and all that stuff. And if you didn't like it, didn't like it, it's fine, just comment down below. We're out of here for now, right?
Yeah, but we will be back, possibly with a pre-sequel, prequel-ish item, sequel-ish.
I'll have to work on that one.
Yeah.